Hey everyone, today I'm doing a video review for a fairly rare Toy Story 2 item. This is the Toy Story 2 Evil Emperor Zurg Talking Model Kit, new in box that I found at a local comic shop. I am going to take this guy out of the box, but first I thought I'd spend some time showcasing what he looks like in the box since it is so nicely kept. First, on the left side here we have some other model kits. I have this Woody. I've pretty much never seen this Jessie or Bullseye, but it would be cool to have them one day. On the back, we have some instructions about how he's going to be put together. We have some text saying things like snap the individual pieces together to build him, press the button to hear him talk. He is Buzz Lightyear's arch nemesis, a threat to the galaxy, and sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance. Thinkway logos and things like that. The I'm a Thinking Toy tag right there, which I haven't seen in a while. Then on the other side, we have the other model kits. We have the Buzz Lightyear, who I really want, the Ultra Buzz, which is another rare one that I actually have and is a great toy, and of course Zurg himself there at the bottom. On the top we have some simple text there, Evil Emperor Zurg Talking Model Kit, build your own favorite talking figure, ages 4 and up. On the bottom there's nothing but this red pattern. On the front of the box there is a little window here where you can press the button to hear him talk, but the batteries here don't work anymore. Hopefully they're not corroded or anything, and once I open it up and replace the batteries, they'll work. Alright, and it pains me to do this a little bit as a collector, but toys are meant to be played with, so let's open this guy up. And now that everything is laid out, I'm going to start assembling him. Okay, and here we have Evil Emperor Zurg assembled roughly. I say roughly because this back piece didn't really seem to stick on, and I don't want to press it too hard. And one reason I don't want to press it too hard is because this rubbery cape material has definitely degraded a bit over time and is leaving some slimy residue on my hands here. It's some kind of rubber here. I think it's the same thing that is on the original 1995 Woody's boots and things like that, and it doesn't feel good to touch. I'm afraid to bend it too much because it seems like maybe it might have hardened a bit and it'll snap, but it looks great. It's kept its shape very well. The coloration on this figure looks to be pretty good still. I can't tell if maybe the grays have yellowed a bit or if that's just the color they're supposed to be, but otherwise it looks good, and the figure feels awesome, very heavy duty. I am going to disassemble that cape again right now though to try to get those electronics working. Okay, so I took off the cape, managed to access the battery compartment there on the back of his torso / legs, whatever you want to call this thing, and gave him a fresh pair of double A's, and I'll put the mic up to him now so you can hear his voice phrases.
No one can stop Zurg now. Now I can rule the galaxy. I am Emperor Zurg. I have been assembled to conquer this planet. Bow to Zurg. Now you have given me total power. No one can stop Zurg now. Now I can rule the galaxy.
Okay, so there you just heard the full extent of his phrases. He kind of has more than I expected, and some that I've never heard on a Zurg toy, including some that seem to be making a pun out of the fact that he's a model kit talking about being assembled. Pretty cool stuff. In terms of posability, you've got a shoulder joint that can rotate 360 degrees, as well as nice and outwards like that. He's got an elbow joint that can go straight like so, and achieve greater than 90 degrees bend right there. A full 360 wrist swivel on this side with the hand that holds the gun, and identical arm and bicep articulation there. He kind of has waist articulation. I say kind of because that's the assembly point of the model. So once you align it in a certain way, it might fall off, but he definitely has waist articulation without falling off. The head, I've kind of struggled to keep the head in its place, but theoretically, if I were to push hard enough, and maybe it's some of that greasy material of the cape not sitting in its holes that's preventing it, but if I were to push it in, it should turn left and right decently. At least when it's sitting here like this, loosely in, it can turn left and right, and of course you could even kind of give it a head tilt if you want, like that. And that's all the posability to talk about. On the back, this chamber here does have a bunch of colorful balls in it, but there's no rotation feature, and you can't take these balls out as far as I can tell. Maybe you could split open the backpack if you really wanted to, but there's no feature for that. You'd have to unscrew some things or like maybe break some plastic to get them out. But they're in there. They're multicolored. They're yellow, red, and blue, which is interesting since we only see yellow in the movie. but here they decided to stylize it a bit and give you something something for the kids to like look at and play with, I guess. Unfortunately, I don't have the full-size Zurg with me right now, but for a quick size comparison, here we have a 2010s Mattel Zurg, the Toy Story Collection full-size Buzz Lightyear, a Reveltech Zurg. I would say from these, he generally scales well with this Mattel line that has been going for the last few years. And if memory serves, he seems to be roughly the same size as the morphing Buzz and Zurg. One thing that I think is interesting is compared to the Reveltech Buzz, you can see that they really used to go for more of a deep blue rather than purple. I think the purple is a lot more accurate to the movies, but some of the lighting in Toy Story 2 might make him look a bit more blue. So even though the purple is more accurate these days, it's kind of cool to see another one of those vintage Zurgs that has the different coloring, and he fits right in with my other Toy Story 2 vintage collection. So I hope you enjoyed opening a new in-box Emperor Zurg talking model kit. Let me know what you think of him or the other model kits. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Toy Story stuff. Thanks for watching.